Can you beat Super Mario Galaxy without jumping? A game where jumping is such an integral part that the main character's name is Jumpman? Well, no, I don't think so. But maybe what you could do is just one level without jumping. Sounds easy enough, but little did I know that this would be one of the hardest challenges I've ever done in gaming. First, let me explain exactly what I count a jump as. Normal jumps, wall jumps, and backflips are jumps. But spins and bouncing off enemies and bouncy objects are not jumps, since it is not Mario pushing off the surface, but the surface pushes Mario up. Here's how it went. I started a new game file and began to look for a single level that could be beaten without any jumps. So I started the first level of Dino Piranha in Good Egg Galaxy. But right at the start, this gray staircase seemed impossible to get up. So I moved on to the next level in the galaxy, but I couldn't get up this staircase either. However, this level had something special. Unlike most stars, it can be collected without jumps using these pull stars, but there seemed to be no way to get to that point without jumps. In the third level, I couldn't get onto this pipe, so I moved on to the next galaxy, Honey Hive Galaxy. But it didn't seem possible without flying as a bee. So I moved on to Loop-de-Loop Galaxy, which requires a jump at the start. I kept going through Flip Switch Galaxy, the Mega Leg Boss Fight, Space Junk Galaxy, and Rolling Green Galaxy. But I couldn't find anything. However, I kept thinking about Good Egg Galaxy, and how it was the only level I saw so far where the star at the end could be collected without a jump. So I went back to it, and started to look for a way to get up these stairs. After a while of struggling, I accidentally found something that could be game-breaking. By spinning between the pipe and the bridge, I was able to grab the bridge and climb on top. But the next problem was getting over these rails, and I found that if you spin in mid-air, you gain a big height boost. Next, I had to find out how to get to the other side, and by using the spin boost I found earlier, I was able to get to here, to the other side. And just like that, I was above the staircase that stopped me before. But just what I thought would be incredibly easy to get past ended up being another problem. You see, when you use a pull star, Mario will jump. Unless, of course, he's in midair and has nothing to jump off of. So I found a way to get over the railing and hit the pull star. The next part is actually the easiest though. You just have to collect 100 star bits to feed this hungry Luma. It's very easy to do without jumping, with no tricks required. But to be honest, I forgot about the next two planets, and I was positive that this was impossible to beat without jumps. I would have to get up this cliff, and then even higher, and eventually I gave up. And the next day, I continued my search for a different level. But I didn't really feel like searching the entire game and giving up on the progress that I had already made. So I went back to try again, and while I was messing around and experimenting, I found something. If you spin into the green ball, it will come back at you and push you, giving you a little bit of height. So if I could somehow use it to push me up onto one of these crates, maybe I could get on top of the cliff. So I tried to do just that, and I tried over and over until eventually I got it. Then I was bounced by the Goomba onto the cliff, making it to the top of it. But again, it seemed like I would have to jump to get up these steep stairs, so I needed to find another way. Luckily for me, this was a similar situation to the first part, a green ball and a crate. But this one was much more difficult. But eventually, I got onto it. And from there, the green ball could bounce me up to the next cliff. The next puzzle was trying to figure out how to get onto this gray stone. And again, the green ball came in handy. I could use it to knock me onto this ledge. Then I could use the spin boost to get on top of the ball, then use that height to move between the balls and then get onto the stone. And from there it was just a simple spin boost to the top where I could launch to the next planet. Going into this one, I thought it would be pretty easy. I thought I could just use the gravity shifts as if they were jumps. You are greeted by stairs that are only able to be crossed by jumps. Or so I thought. It turns out that if you lead the Goombas on the planet's surface to the hole, you can knock them into it, but it's not that easy. Since when the Goombas are knocked in, they go to the background, where they can't bounce Mario up. So in order to counteract that, you need to bring multiple Goombas so they have no space to go except for the foreground, and then they can bounce you. This trick is extremely difficult, as you will see, however. But when I get a good jump, I can spin boost to the ledge and sometimes grab it. I can easily follow the path without jumping until I get to this room. And when I do get there, I have to find a way to get up to this red area, where the gravity will change upside down and pull me to the top. and after a long time of experimenting, I found a way. By grabbing onto this ledge, it would sometimes boost me up to the top, where I could get a spin boost then knock off the wall, and get to the top. From there I could just launch to the end, and use the pull stars to get the star. Now, I had all the pieces of the puzzle complete. I figured out the entire level, and now I just had to do it. I was able to get onto the bridge quickly, and made it to the other side with some precise spins. I got to the pull stars, and from there I got to the launch star no problem. And after collecting 100 star bits from surrounding planets, I fed the hungry Luma and took its launch star, and I made it to the next planet. After struggling for some time, I made it onto the first crate, and up to the cliff. And then after struggling for even longer, I made it to the second crate, then to the green ball which bounced me to the next stage. From there I was able to use the green balls which bounced me up to the stone, and I spun to the top, making it to the next planet. But from there, I struggled to get past the Goombas, until, eventually, I gave up. The next day I got back to it, however, and I got back to the Goombas fairly quickly. But, again, I couldn't get past them. But eventually, I managed to do it. Now, all I had to do was get to the top, but this is very hard to do, so I messed up. So I had to do the Goombas again, which took me a while, but I made it back, and died again. I kept trying over and over, but I wasn't getting anywhere, and I decided to give up and continue the next day. But while I was experimenting, trying to understand how to do it, I accidentally found a glitch. If I stood at the edge, the platform would push me through the ground to the other side. This was much easier to do than the other way. Now I just had to do it in an actual run. So after a few tries, I did the Goomba trick and made my way to the end. And I got the glitch first try. Now all I had to do was collect the blue shards and spin in the air so I don't jump while using the pull stars. Then I grab the star and finally finish the level without jumping. Thanks for watching. See you later.